What up guys and fellow lovers of the cube world, welcome back to another redstone video in my channel. My name is George, of course, and I'm a little bit sick. That's right guys, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. My throat hurts, and since the last episode of Paper SMP, I've had the flu, which is not great, but I'm managing, and right now my voice is not so terrible, so I'm gonna use whatever is left of it to record this episode before it passes longer, because it's been a while since I've posted one of this, and I really wanted to show you this farm. So if you haven't figured out yet, it's a mod slash rooted dirt slash clay farm. If you watched my latest Vapor SMP episode, you might know that I built one for Manatee, for Mr. Manatee. However, that was a design that I got from Il Mango. If you want to check that out, you can see the video that is linked up in the info cards. But anyways, I wanted to create my own design. I actually had worked in my own design for a long time already before Manatee asked me for a farm like this, and believe it or not, this is one of the farms that has taken me the longest to design. This final design is probably the 30th, if not more, iteration. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've designed it. It first started with an azalea farm, an automatic azalea farm that I was trying to do, but I never got happy with it. So I kept going, and then I realized that I could do it also fruit dirt, and yeah, eventually we got this both designs. We'll get into their differences in a moment. They're not many, but anyways, I've decided to do this video a little bit quicker because my voice is not gonna last for long, and yeah, this is a big farm, so I've divided the video into 6 main parts. Of course, that's not counting the intro and the outro, but the first part is the basic mechanics of the farms. Then how are they implemented in the farms, handling the block stream of the production of blocks of the farms, the collection of the items, the rates of the farms, and some other cool information that we have about them. So let's get into it. So the first section is of course the basic mechanics of the farm, which we have right here in front of us. Now, to produce rooted dirt, clay, or mud, we are using very specific and very cool mechanics that I say there have been added recently to Minecraft, but to be honest, it's been already some years since they've added them, so yeah, not so recently. But anyways, to produce mud, we have to go through a series of steps before we can get it to be mud or clay, right? So first of all, we have to be using the moss block, which is a pretty cool block that can spread to other blocks, other natural blocks, like for example stone. So if we apply some bone meal to the moss block, we can see that the stone block also converted into moss. Now, to spread it though, we need that the moss block have an air block on top of it. Sorry, my words. So the way we do that is, before we bone meal it, we break whatever is on top of it, and then we can bone meal it. Now, after we bone meal it, we get a slight chance of an azalea bush to appear if we can get one. You can see it's very low probability of one appearing. We can get moss carpet, grass, and all that stuff before the azalea, but there we go. Azalea bushes can spread with the moss as well. So we are expecting one of these, or we are waiting for one of these. Once we get either the azalea bush or the flowering azalea bush, we can grab our bone meal and bone meal both of them, or either of them, I guess, and we can get some rooted dirt in the place where the moss was, right? So that rooted dirt is what is useful for us. So if you have the farms in the mode of the rooted dirt, we're just basically getting the rooted dirt out of the farm, out of the place where the azalea just growed, and replacing it with more stone to be converted into moss and whatnot, right? And after that, we are collecting the rooted dirt. But if you have it in mud mode or clay mode, you are gonna have to, before collecting it, you're gonna have to dispense a water bottle into the rooted dirt. And as you can see, that converts it into mud, so it's pretty cool. And then, well, if you have it in mud mode, I guess that's it, right? We collect the mud, we collect the root dirt, right? But if you want clay as well, there's another interesting mechanic that we cannot control entirely because it relies on random tick speed. So if we place a mud block right on top of this block, you can see that the dripstone is dripping. Eventually, I guess. Maybe. There we go. So yeah, the dripstone is dripping. That's because it's draining the mud from all the water that it has inside of it. And if we increase the random tick speed, oh goodness, I forgot to set up this. Okay, let's do it auto manually. So to 6,000. There we go. It got converted into clay. Now let's return that to the original value, which is 3. And yeah, now we have clay and we can collect it. So as you can see, we went from rooted dirt to mud to clay. Pretty cool. Now before we get into the how-to of the farm, there's another cool mechanic that I need to show you. And it is this one right here. Sorry, my voice just cracked a little bit. So yeah, we are bone milling the azalea bushes to make them grow. They're not like normal saplings where you can leave them and rely on random tick speed to grow. This will never grow unless we impart some bone meal onto them. So we're doing it with some dispensers up in the farm. However, if you remember, we can also get this tiny grass, we can get the moss carpet, and we can get this tall grass. And well, with the tall grass and the moss carpet, we don't have major problems because we can bone build them and nothing will happen. But the tiny grass can become tall grass if we bone mill it, as you can see. So yeah, the problem comes because when we're growing the azalea bush, we have logs here, and we are removing the first log, but we still have some at the top. So for example, let's place that here. And now let's try to bone meal the tiny grass. It will never grow, and we can bone meal it for as long as we like, and it will never grow, but it will still consume bone meal. That's not good for the farm, especially for this farm. I'll tell you why in a second, or well, later. So yeah, what we need to do is get rid of whatever is on top of the moss that's not azalea bushes. So we do it with water, of course. As you can see, only the azalea bushes remained, and it's a pretty cool mechanic. If you notice, the water, yeah, it gets dispensed and automatically collected again, and it only allows it to flow to this block, nowhere else. Now we're using stir blocks here because that prevents the water from creating a stronger flow or a stronger current that will get rid of the azalea bushes. But as long as you have them with stir blocks, you can very easily water the moss, and the azalea bush will stay on. Another cool trick that we're using is, of course, we are alternating the current. So yeah, also to not create a stronger current, and also not to create infinite water sources, which is very important. So yeah, those are the basic mechanics. Let's get on to how they work inside the farm. So the farm is very complex, and I'm gonna mention this because, yeah, it's just a little disclaimer. I wanted to do a tutorial, but it's too complex, and my voice is not gonna give up, well, it's not gonna last for long, so it probably will give up after all that talking. So I'm leaving the tutorial to your suggestion, guys, or to your opinion. Should I do a tutorial for this farm? Let me know that in the comments, and yeah, after I'm cured, I will do a tutorial if you guys need it. For now, we're just including the world download to this very world. I'm gonna set up the command blocks correctly before I upload it, and you're gonna be able to download it down in the description, as always, of course. And I'm also gonna include the Litematica schematics for both of these farms. And I guess it's a good time to actually tell you the difference between these two farms. There's none. There's no difference. They are the same. except for one little visible thing, guys, and that is the block storage right here. So this farm can produce, let's see, either mud if the lamp is on, or rooted dirt if the lamp is off. I mean, the other way around. And this one can produce clay and mud if the lamp is off, and rooted dirt if the lamp is on. So the only thing that we are changing between the two farms is that in that one, we are pushing the rooted dirt, we are converting it into mud, and then we are immediately blowing it up. In this one, we are getting the rooted dirt, we are converting it into mud, and then we are drying it out with the dripstone, at least as much as we can dry the mud out. Of course, we're not gonna get 100% of the blocks because it's very hard. And yeah, we would increase the block storage. I think this is all right. And yeah, after that, we are blowing up the mud and the clay. Another little disclaimer that I have to do is that this farm is not 100% reliable in the rooted dirt conversion or in the moss conversion. I did make a design that was 100% reliable, but it used a ton of bone meal. So either I had to sacrifice the efficiency of the farm, the bone meal efficiency of the farm, or the complexity of the farm, because it's already very complex, but it's quite simple in terms of redstone. It's just a lot of it crammed into one place. If I had to do the other one, yeah, I would have had to sacrifice, for example, this water stream that collects all the moss byproducts. I would have to sacrifice some of the log collection. I don't know. The thing is, it would get more complex, or it would use a lot more bone meal. But I will explain in the other information in the 6th section how you can make it 100% reliable in the expense of using more bone meal. Anyways, let's get on to the how-to. I know. I already extended myself quite a bit, but yeah, we're gonna try to make this quick. So you already saw the basic mechanics on how it works, so I'm gonna go through this very quickly. We have a stone generator here that pushes the stone. We have moss spreaders here, 4 of them, that spread the moss into onto the stone. Then we test for the azaleas with these water bucket dispensers. We do that once. Then we have a binary counter here. Hello guys, this is Editing Giorgio. My voice is basically done by now. Hopefully you can hear me well. But I realized I forgot to explain how to change it to 100% reliability with the moss conversion. And basically that binary counter that is not really a binary counter, you have to change it for a real binary counter that counts to either 4 or 8. With 4, you get it to a 99% of reliability, which means that you can run the farm for hours and you won't see a stone block, but eventually you will get at least one. With 8, you basically are using like more than 200% the bone meal, which is a lot, but you get it to 100%. I would recommend to leave it with 3, because a stone block every hour, you'll hear about this later in the video, is not too bad. 4 if you want to waste a little bit more bone meal but still get no stone. Here that counts to 3. Well, it's not exactly a binary counter, right? But anyways, we have a counter to 3 down there, which means that we're gonna repeat the same process 3 times just to be a bit more efficient with the timings of the farm. So we basically push the stone, spread the moss, test for azalea bushes, spread the moss, test for azalea bushes, and spread the moss a 3rd time, and test for azalea bushes a 3rd time. After that, the counter will tell the farm, okay, we're done, go to the next step, which is gonna be these dispensers, outputting bone meal 7 times, exactly 7 times, just because that's a good amount of times. It's an easy amount of triggers that we can do, and that's enough for almost all of the azalea bushes to grow. So that's pretty cool. We make the azalea bushes grow. We have some logs here, so we push them forward so that we can blow them up here in this little blast chamber. Then we have a very interesting mechanic here with these pistons, which what they will do is, for example, here we would have a rooted dirt, and we would have a log. Sorry, my words are not functioning. My nose is really giving me trouble. Anyways, in any moss block that didn't get converted, the piston would break it, and for any rooted dirt, it would push it up. So the rooted dirt now would be this block, the log would be this block, and then it won't retract it all the way. It would just retract the rooted dirt back to its original place, so that way you can use the stone pushing as to our advantage, and bring it down here or back here for the piston conveyor belt to just push it around, right? So hopefully that was a clear explanation. But the logs end here, the rooted dirt ends back on its place, and the pistons retract once more and end up right in this position right here. And that's just because I wanted to collect all the moss byproducts, or at least most of the moss byproducts, just in case you wanted to collect them, guys, or to bone-meal them and refill them down back to the farm. So we have this pretty cool mechanic with the water streams. So the pistons will cut the water streams, but once they retract, all of the moss byproducts will fall down here, and the water streams will replenish, and we'll send the moss byproducts to 3 locations. So one is the drop right there, another one is the drop right in the middle, and the third one is this drop right here. We're using just powders now to limit the momentum of the items. So yeah, they will fall down and will be catched by this mega water stream. And as you have noticed, all of the water streams are connected, but that is in another part of the farm. Don't get sidetracked, Giorgio. So yeah, we've converted it to rooted dirt. We have this conveyor belt that will push it here, we'll push it this way, and then we'll push it that way, splitting it into 2 block streams so that we can handle the speed with the blast chamber, the drying of the blocks, and also the mod conversion. This is a pretty cool design by myself. So basically what it does is it dispenses water bottles. If I can get to the dispenser, we have glass bottles here. They get filled with this water logs there, and then they get sent to this dispenser. So after you start the farm, eventually you will see some mud being created. At first you won't see any, because the water bottles have to get from this dropper all the way to up to this dropper up here. So yeah, it's gonna take like 3 or 4 dirt blocks before the mud starts to come in. And the way we turn it off is we basically keep powered this piston. As you can see, the piston is unpowered at the moment, so that means it's in rooted dirt mode. Sorry, in mud mode. Sorry, I'm getting confused with my own farm. Now I already explained a little bit about handling the block stream, but I can do it a little bit more, just very fast, of course. So first of all, we have a block conveyor belt with the fast speed that you can get it to be, so 2 ticks. So every 2 ticks, a block is pushed forward. Then we have a 0 tick pusher here that will push it that way, and then we have a 0 tick block splitter. Pretty cool system that will split the blocks. So if you can see, we have 1 block there, and whenever the block stream reaches the last block, which is this in front of this piston, both of them will get pushed with the 0 ticks, so that it allows more blocks to come in. After that, we are using observers, because the speed is way lower. It's like half of it, so every 2 ticks, which means that we can handle it with an observer. Every 4 ticks, that is, sorry. And the observer will send a signal to all of these droppers, dispensers, and even to this piston that will send a signal to this last dispenser that will fill with water the bottles. Now we are handling this at twice hopper speed, so that's why we need the minecarts in there. And finally, there's this chest with this hopper, and that's because, as I said, the farm doesn't convert 100% of the blocks into rooted dirt, so some stone might slide into it. And yeah, that's very, very rare for it to happen. Every hour, an average of one stone block goes through, so it's basically nothing, right? So every hour that you run the farm, you would get in average one water bottle inside of this chest. The only thing that you have to do is empty the water bottle, so drink it and put it back into the dispenser. As you can see, we have plenty of glass bottles in here, so yeah, you should be able to run the farm for a few hours before you actually get into trouble. That is like around 16 hours or so. Yeah, so the next thing is we're pushing them into the block storage with these observers and pistons. On the other farm, we are just dividing it into the two streams that we already had, but like farther apart. And then we are pushing them forward into the blast chamber. In this one, what we're doing is we're pushing them into this line of blocks right here. Whenever they reach the ending or the end here, they get pushed forward. Eventually we would fill this block stream, and yeah, that takes a long time, so most of the mud blocks get the chance to be converted into clay. And whenever we have a line of blocks here and another line comes in, we activate another conveyor belt that will push at the same speed as the other one the blocks forward. Another zero-tick pusher will push them into this part, and we have a zero-tick pusher downward, and then just a two-tick pusher forward because we don't need the fast speed anymore. And then after the first layer is filled here, this piston will push it down and the TNT will drop down to blow everything that we have down here. This video is already probably super long. I'm so sorry about that, guys, but we are almost in the ending. The block collection is pretty easy, so we blow the blocks up and yeah, they land into this big water stream. The only thing I did was merge them all into the middle, stem them through here, and they basically end up here in nowhere. So you can hook up whatever storage system that you want onto this water stream. For the logs, we are blowing them up, and we have this big water stream that will catch them and toss them down to this other bigger water stream, and of course merge them into the middle. And for the moss byproducts, the same thing. They land into this and they send them through the middle. Here you can have like a sorting system that will sort all the moss byproducts, or all the logs, the sticks and whatnot, and maybe bone meal all the moss byproducts and send them back to the farm, which is pretty easy actually. You just need to extend this hopper line to around here, place a double chest and place a hopper on top of it, and connect your stream of bone meal into this hopper. And if you have a bone meal farm, for this farm, just put another hopper here to the side of the double chest and connect your bone meal farm to that one. So pretty easy actually. Anyways, guys, I know that last part wasn't exactly about the rates of the farm, but I wanted to mention it just if you want to hook up your own bone meal farm or whatever. By the way, I know there's plenty of bone meal farms out there that you can use for this, so that's very good. But if you want a specific one that meets the requirement of this one, you're gonna have to wait, because in my next episode of Vapor, I'm gonna do something for that. Anyways, let's get on to the raids, and I realize I haven't even started the farm, so let's actually start it. Let's set it to clay. Yeah, that's good. So that you can see more or less how it works. There we go, 1, 2, and 3 times, and then yeah, it grows them, pushes the logs, and the next cycle comes in. And of course we try to blow as many logs as we can with this TNT. Here on the other side, it's gonna take a while for it to start pushing the blocks, but the conveyor belt is already working in case any block comes in. But as you can see, we have the first dirt already being pushed. By the way, this is just a placeholder dirt so that the farm works, even though it doesn't have any other rooted dirt in the system yet. I'm gonna lower the sounds a little bit. But yeah, let's wait for the first rooted dirt to come in. There we go, we have the first rooted dirt right there, or well, normal dirt, but the rooted dirt is coming right behind it. And as you can see, the block pushers push it forward for the next part of the farm. Let's deep warp it, let's leave it running. And we're gonna leave it in the background as I tell you the rates, just for you to see the farm working. So first of all, we are getting clay balls, and the average per hour from like 5 hours of running the farm continuously is around 3,709.675 clay balls per hour. That in clay blocks is around 927 stacks, so 1,000 clay blocks per hour. Not bad, guys. Then oak logs, it's around 2,530 oak logs per hour, so not bad either. The mud blocks is around 121 mud blocks, so as you can see, most of the mud blocks get converted into clay, because yeah, 121 compared to 927, it's nothing. But if we add both of them, we can get the total production of mud or rooted dirt of the other farm, which is around 1,048 blocks per hour, so pretty cool. Anyways, the mud blocks, we get a lot. We get 4,430 in average per hour, and moss carpets 3,346.87. Wheat seeds, we get around 869. And azalea bushes, we get around 293. Flowering azalea bushes, we get around half of that, so 143. Sticks, we only get 42. And bone meal, the bone meal usage, that's the concerning part. It uses around 8,021 bone meal per hour. That in stacks, it's around 125 bone meal stacks per hour. So it's a lot. But yeah, as I said, there are many bone meal farms in the market already, or in the YouTube market, which is free, of course. So yeah, you can choose whatever bone meal farm, and if you need, you can scale it up and copy it and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, you can see the farm is working. We are getting logs, we're getting clay. Actually, it's just about to blow. There we go. You can see most of the clay gets converted, and you can see, yeah, the eventual stone in the middle of all the mud and clay. Now if we see the, oh, there it goes, the time lapse just ended. If we see inside the chest, we only have 1 water bottle, so that's an hour, and we have 0 in this one. So as I said, around 1 stone per hour, 2 stone per hour, it shouldn't be too much. So yeah, that's the farm. Let's turn it off because we already ran it for a long time. Actually, before we turn it off, let's actually turn it on again. Let's wait for it to finish. And there it goes. Oh yeah, there you can see the moss byproducts being collected, and all of them are just falling down there onto the ground. Let's turn it on again, and let's actually change to rooted dirt, just so that you can see that you can change it whenever, and it's gonna take a little while until the water bottles that are inside the droppers get used. So let's wait for a few blocks to come in. Yeah, this farm is not the fastest one, I have to admit, but as I said, azalea bushes are very low, or have very low probability to appear when the moss spreads. So yeah, we cannot really do anything to make it super fast. But there we go, we are only getting rooted dirt already. And by the way, compared to Ilmanga's farm, the one that I built for Manatee, this produces 2/3 of what El Mango's farm produces, and it's around 1/3 of the whole build that El Mango uses. So if you want to make one that it's already more productive than El Mango's farm, you can just copy this design and paste it here to the side, or maybe there. So have two of these farms together, and you're already producing like uh, well, a quarter of, or 1.25 the amount that El Mango's farm is producing in just like almost half the space that he is using for his big farm. So I think it's pretty good. It's pretty cool, sorry. But that's it for the farm, guys. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully this video didn't turn out too long. As I said, my voice is almost dead, so I'm gonna have to cut it right here. But yeah, one last thing. This is the other farm. Of course, the block stream is not in this one, but as you can see, it's exactly the same. So whichever you like, you can build in your world. I'm gonna include this world for download down in the description, so you can play with these two farms before they've been activated for the first time, so you can play them since the time zero, basically. And yeah, the Litematicas are gonna be also down there in the description, just in case you, for example, break something and don't want to download the world again, or maybe you want to build the farm directly into your world without testing it here. That's also fine. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the delay on the videos. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna try my best. I have way more stuff to do IRL right now because of school. But as you know, I always try to play Minecraft a lot, and I always am playing Minecraft a lot. So, anyways, the videos are still gonna come. And thank you for watching. As I said, have a great week, have a great weekend. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, for more redstone tips, more redstone creations, and some more survival playing and server playing as well lately. So yeah, goodbye guys, I'll see you in the next one.